That's like a Zamboni for the road. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did. Time for some Wawa.
What is this insanity? Free coffee day?
Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Just gotta get that all comfortable and bandaged up. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the Daily Woo. This is a very shaded road. These trees are just teetering over the top of it. Interesting story, where this colorful house is here on the left, I saw a car burn right in that driveway once. Thankfully it was far enough from the house where it didn't catch onto the house, but I stood there as the fire department showed up and put out the flames. Coming up are Narcoossee, Florida. Little teeny tiny town on the outskirts of St. Cloud. There's a little kitty cat out there, look. Hey kitty! Hey kitty! See him there? Hiding in the bushes, see his face? He's staring at us. What are you doing in there? Playing hide and seek, cat? Playing hide and seek? And I always like seeing what's on the side of the road. Roadside things! They have a huge flagpole. And while the flag itself is massive, I don't think it really is big enough for that pole. If that was a normal flagpole, that flag would be gargantuan. But on a massively huge pole, it looks small. That's a lot of adjectives in one sentence. Next to the fire station is this old schoolhouse. It's been here for, gosh, probably over 100 years. It's still sitting here off the side of the road. Kind of reminds me of something out of like Little House on the Prairie or the Waltons. Speaking of the Waltons, one of my favorite actors got his start on that show playing the minister. Do you know who it was? The Narcoossee grocery has seen better days. In fact, it's been sitting empty for probably about 5 or 10 years. Look at this bird up here just cruising above the cars. There's definitely a lot of cool trees in Florida. A little advice though, see that moss hanging from the branches? You don't want to get mixed up in that. Look how many windows this house has. You think at some point this was like the coolest house in town? Hey Martha, we have more windows than everyone else. There's me as a little baby, my mom and dad in a photo booth. Probably one of my first times ever in a photo booth. Ah, first grade. And there's my photo from my very first year in grade 1. And there's my first tooth, lost on January 31st, 1981. I think secretly, I was always Adam the Woo. After seeing this photo of me standing next to this snowman, I have decided that before this upcoming winter season ends, I will go somewhere and build a snowman. And the funny thing is, I still get excited when I see a street with my name on it. Look at that guy right there. Man, that was a pretty cool dude. Get it, dude? Cowboy? I think this might be one of my new favorite photos. Just me chilling there with my arms crossed. I was tiny. Look at the size of that little bookcase behind me. That would probably come up to like my shin right now. It's always good to look through old memories. There's a group on Facebook called the Whovians. It's a public group called Adam the Whovians. They currently have 4,595 members. And one of them has embarked on the arduous task of documenting every location from every Daily Woo vlog. So far it's 1,000 days in, still 549 vlogs left. Pretty awesome. I have to give this a huge shout out, so go over to the Whovians, and when it's all finished, there's going to be a Google Earth link that you can click on and see all the places I've gone. Look at this. That kind of puts things in perspective, all the way up into Canada, Mexico. Man, look at that. Casey Neistat? If you've ever seen the movie Monster, starring Christina Ricci and Charlize Theron, there's a scene where they get in a wreck right here in this yard. Little movie history for you. I'm going to pick up my dad and we're gonna go get some food. Little father-son time. Looks like the awning on that liquor store has fallen. Used to be an awning over the top of that. And instead of like fixing it, they've just put like a tarp, hoping no one would notice. Well, I noticed. A lot of people might not realize this, but there is a rodeo grounds over here on the right, and it's one of the biggest rodeos anywhere in the world. In Central Florida, the Silver Spurs Rodeo. Who'da thunk it? That bank building over there, it's been sitting empty for probably 10, maybe even closer to 15 years. There was a storm that came through, I think one of the hurricanes, a decade and a half ago, and ever since then, just been hanging out there all by its lonesome. Someone has written on the back of this car, says, "You got tagged." I wonder if they know it's back there. It'd be funnier if they didn't know it was written on the back of their car and they really would have gotten tagged. They seem to have some sort of makeshift car show going on here. I think it's ending, but at least we're catching the tail end of it. Old classic cars. That one right there, that's a true classic right there. That's a true classic car right there. There is a Floridian mural there with the cypress knees and a crane and swamps. That pretty much sums up most of Florida. And we're gonna get some food here at the Catfish Place, a staple of St. Cloud dinner and lunchtime goodness. According to this sign, they celebrated their 40th anniversary in 2013. I think my dad's hungry. He's beating me inside. And they sell steaks here, but I don't think I would ever get a steak from here because their seafood is amazing. Their slogan is, "Where the local folks eat." Look at this picture. There are catfish that are skiing. I never knew catfish could ski, but this one right here looks like quite the skier, if I do say so myself. Right here on the side of the wall, next to this mural, is a warthog. Can you eat warthog? Oh, look. The warthog head, the real head, transcends into the mural itself. It's like a 3D warthog. We got a side of hush puppies. Look at these wonderful things. And then over here, these are fried green tomatoes. I've never really seen fried green tomatoes sliced like that, but I'm pretty excited about that. Some ranch dressing. And you gotta watch out behind you, Dad, because there are gator heads directly behind you. There's a gator head waiting to chomp down on your face as if it was a hush puppy. Look at these little fishies swimming around in here. Look at that sky. Man, that's amazing. I think this is as good a time as any to take the drone up in the air and see if it's working correctly after yesterday's debacle at the flea market when it got lost over the fence and it crashed into the ground and into a mud puddle. Looks like it's flying okay. Everything looks to be all hunky-dory. I don't know if hunky-dory is the appropriate terminology for flying the Majestic, but that sunset looks awesome and everything is going according to the Phantom 4 DJI's design. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Very beautiful. Kind of looks like the tree of life, like right there in the middle of the shot with the clouds and the sun starting to set behind it. The circle of life. I don't know if that really applies to the moment, but that's the first thing I thought of. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Vlog
Over.